What is up, guys? Welcome back. Hope you liked the previous video. Got a little mini bike action in there. Today we're actually going to be working on the CBR, and I decided to go ahead and go with this bike. One, because the season's almost over, and if I wanted to put some miles on it before the snow starts flying, I need to get it done like now. Two, I ordered some transmission parts that have a 30-day return policy, so I'd like to get it torn down, and I'd like to be able to make sure and diagnose that I have that part, or if I even need that part, before the 30-day return policy expires. That way I could ship those back without having any kind of extra parts on my hands. As you can see, I actually already tore down some of the bike. I took off the side fairings, which were pretty cracked up, so we'll just end up replacing those. And I took off the air box, which is just 6 bolts, and pulled back the seat. So what we're going to do now is we're going to drain the oil out of it, drain the antifreeze, and try to get the throttle bodies off of the engine and out of the way so that we can drop the engine out. So let's go ahead and continue working and get this engine dropped out and the oil drained so that we can take a look at what's going on. All right. So we did a couple bolts on the exhaust, but really in order to get these off, you got to take the radiator off. So we drained the antifreeze, which there's just one low line right here, comes right out of the bottom. Unhook that 6mm hose clamp and then pop it off. It comes out here and there, so don't do what I did and hold this one so that it goes underneath the bike and makes a huge mess. It's really not that much, but should be able to just catch it. And yeah, so now we'll go ahead and pop this radiator off. And I'll put that bolt back in there just as a reminder before I rack my brain and try and figure out how it goes on there. All right. Let's drain the oil. Now for the fun part. Oh yeah, it only went that far too, so definitely transmission. Okay, so we drained the oil and we got the exhaust off. Drain the coolant. And since there's motor mounts right here, and right here, we got to take off the chain still. So we'll take that cover off and then take the sprocket and snap that bolt loose and just unhook the sprocket right there from behind this, and that'll undo the chain. And then take these bolts out. I don't think we have to move anything else. We might need to take off that hose because it looks like it might kind of rock forward a little bit and then drop, and I don't want to mess up that coupling, so we'll take off that hose right there. And then we got to disconnect a couple of these other wires, and I think we got to take off, yeah, we got to take out the fuel injection rail and the throttle bodies, and we'll just flip that up here, take the fuel injector rail and move it down into the parts box. Either that or I can set it, I got the air box over there, we can set it into the air box because that's kind of a safe spot. But we'll take a picture of this and where all the plugs belong. But usually when you set everything back down in, it kind of makes sense because the plug wires are kind of trained to where they go. So, but we'll take a picture of it so that we know where everything goes whenever we go to put it back in. After we remove that, this is disconnected, so we can push that back up in there, or it might just stay right there. This shouldn't be in the way. It's maneuverable, but it has a little bit of coolant in it, so be prepared for that to leak when we take it out. I think once we remove that, there'll be some other hoses that we can just get out of the way and clear that whole section off the top up there. And then we should be able to put the plug back in the bottom and take these two out along with these two, and it'll drop right out. At that point, we'll be able to turn it upside down. I went on a run this morning. Oh, it's not, it might still be outside. But I went on a run this morning and salvaged a tire that was sitting alongside the road with no rim in it. So we'll be able to drop it down and just set it on that tire and turn it upside down just right out here. And we'll have a nice little working area without damaging the engine. So let's just continue on and maybe get this top section cleared and ready to drop the engine. So it starts with 1, 2, 3, 4. And the clips are numbered. Looks like somebody's maybe taken this apart before. There's a blue temp sense plug. It's nice that those are already numbered. Saves me some time. You said never let me go. 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 You said pretty well disconnected down there. Took the throttle bodies out, flipped them right here underneath that jammy, and then folded back. So this hose goes through the frame to the thermostat. Put that, disconnected it, folded it, put the thermostat back there, folded this over. So that's just the connection hose that goes back through the frame. But now we'll work on the stator. Alright, so I loosen up the axle box, and now the chain is nice and loose. Slide that right off, loosen that, and release the front sprocket. Pull it out, and just let it rest against the swing arm. Looks like this one has a replacement upgrade, so it's a Sunstar. I mean, it's not terrible, but it is starting to get rutted out. I don't know. We'll see how well this bike grows on me. I might upgrade the chain and sprocket. I have a new chain. I might upgrade the sprockets, or at least get new ones. So we'll put that there, right there. Okay. All right. Little lighting that's not hooked to the engine, that's just ran on the seat. Now we need to take this off and disconnect our stator and leg. Now the clip. So just looking at it, it looks like it's this one. Oh no, this one, and this one. I thought it was the swing arm, but I don't think so. I think I leave that one alone. It's just these three on each side. So let's get the jack under there. think they're all 17. Nope. Yep. Yep. Okay, so where's this one? 19 maybe? Alright, that's a little bit heavier than the Cbr1000, but we got it out. I did crack my front fender, so suggested if you're going to be salvaging your plastics and not replacing them like me, take your front fender off, because when it leans forward you need just that much more. Also, there are, whew, out of breath. Here, I'll show you. These guys on top of the engine, which I couldn't see it whenever we were taking it apart, but it's just 4 8mm. So, and before I roll it onto its top, I'm going to take those off. So.
Just open up a little bit more. Just open up a little bit more. All I ask of you, all I ask of you. Just open up a little bit more. Just open up a little bit more.
Had to grabby. Same as working on a car. But anyways, guys, that's going to be a wrap for today. Videos have been running a little bit long, so I'm going to cut this one short. That way we can do it in some pieces. But stay tuned. Next video, we're going to go ahead and crack into this transmission and take a look at parts that just rattled around inside whenever we flipped it over. So please like, subscribe, tell your friends, and we'll see you